Is everybody here?
And then you need to do yourself too.
Okay, it's good in the video.
Okay. I guess you stand over there.
You look beauty.
I think it's just me. Try not to kind of.
No.
Okay. Hi guys, ready again? Okay, good evening. Tonight we're going to be discussing wedding customs in different countries. This is near and dear to me, as most of you know, because I'll be getting married in March. So, marriage customs vary greatly in each country. We will be discussing China, Russia, and India. In China, wearing red is the bridal gown color is traditional. Russia considers marriage a civil ceremony, and in India they sometimes use newspapers to find a match for their mate. First topic we'll go over is actually China. The color red signifies joy, love, and prosperity, and is used in many Chinese wedding traditions. The white dress that Americans use is often thought of as boring or a color of mourning in China. Long ago, in very traditional families, Chinese used matchmakers to find a suitable mate for their daughters. So, an example of that would be a wealthy man could marry a poor woman, and so on. This is exhibited in Mulan, the Disney film. Mulan is set up to go see a matchmaker, and she's actually late, which is frowned upon. Then once she gets there, she's actually looked out for her poise and her appearance. Unfortunately for Mulan, she's very clumsy and doesn't know her place. She talks a lot when in China you're not supposed to do that as a woman. So her matchmaker actually states that she's unsuitable to find a match. Another thing that is done in China, another tradition they have, is actually looking for astrological signs to choose a good wedding date. And another interesting fact about China is that they actually normally get married on the half hour instead of top of the hour because they want to start their marriages at an upswing versus going down. Let's go ahead and move on to Russia. In Russia, the engagement is not considered a big event. There's no ring. Normally, the man gives his intended maybe some flowers to ask if he'll marry him. And they also consider marriage a civil ceremony, as I stated earlier. So that means if you actually get married in a church, it's not considered legal. The biggest thing for them is the reception. They love to celebrate with their friends and their family. The typical reception lasts about 2 days. It's dancing, music, feasting. Another thing is that in America, we believe that our ceremony and our reception is very important, but we only celebrate for half a day, where theirs is 2 days of everything. What they also do is, the biggest thing for their wedding planners is making sure there's enough alcohol for the entire reception.
Awesome.
Yes. So the next thing we'll move on to is India. India is somewhat similar to China in that they use a matchmaker, but in that instance, the father of the bride is actually the one who is looked at the most to choose the mate for the bride. If the couple does fall in love naturally, like nobody's setting them up, that can also be accepted in that culture. It's not looked on as well as matchmaking, but they do accept it. The father of the bride can also encourage friends, family, and the community. If he'd like to, get other people involved in the matchmaking process, he can do that as well. They also do matrimonial ads in the newspapers, which is not looked upon poorly because they're finding a lifelong mate and not just a romantic relationship. One other thing that's interesting is the henna tattoos that they do on the brides, called mending. It's normally done on the hands and the feet, and it's done about 2 to 3 days before the wedding. This is used to serve as an icebreaker for the husband and the wife, because it's said that the initials of the husband should be somewhere in the painting of all the artwork, all the tattoos. That's pretty much it. As we've heard tonight, there are many different customs in each country. We believe that each of our customs are unique and wonderful, but today's society, pretty much everybody is a multicultural family. So, the end result is, of course, two couples deciding to marry each other and being together for a lifelong relationship and celebrating that. So, thank you for coming.